Hello everyone, this is Herotlinia. Welcome back to my playthrough of Dragon Quest VI Realms of Revelation for the DS. Previously, we went to the west and came to Howcastle. We've explored the lower level of the castle, so now it's time to check out the upper levels. The king is upstairs. An audience with the king? No waiting. Let's go. Why is it kings are always upstairs? You never find them downstairs, do you now? What do you think? Go up and see the king now, or explore the castle a bit longer? Yes, let us head upstairs. Be warned, King Howell will have no truck with time wasters. Fix your hair. Don't slouch. Be on your best behavior. Right, Mom. Remember to mind your manners. A room this fancy is fit for a king, aye? We'll check the rest of the level first, though. You haven't spotted a prince concealing himself behind items of furniture in the vicinity, have you? Prince Howard tends to make himself scarce when it's time for his weekly weapon training session. Why is he asking us? We just got here. No princes to be found here as far as I can see. You know, my impression of the prince is getting worse with each passing moment. A minstrel, brimming with bravery, crammed full of courage, and voluminously vested with valor, the mighty Prince of Howcastle. Ellipses. Oh, who am I kidding? I am a poet, pure-hearted and true. I am not a professional fibber. Hardy-har, how about crammed full of cowardice? He's right, you shouldn't tell fibs. Wow, he's a poet, and boy does he know it. Hello, ma'am. What are we to do with that Prince Howard? He may be petrified of caves and monsters, but he's got no fear of chasing the ladies, let me tell you. I've lost track of the number of times he's tried to get me to come and look at his armor collection. It seems everyone's having a pop at poor old Prince Howard. Sounds like the prince could stand to grow up a bit, aye? What's the prince need armor for? Wouldn't it just slow him down when he runs screaming from monsters? Hello, fellows. This is the only place we guards can get a moment's peace. Prince Howard's got us all run ragged. Hardy-har, this prince must be a real handful if his guards are griping to strangers. Sounds like this fellow's at the end of his tether. Boy, that soldier looked frazzled. I signed up to be a soldier, you know, seeing the world, battling monsters. Now I'm just a glorified babysitter to a spoilt royal brat. Tell me your true feelings, why don't you? I'd have been better off staying in Howsworth, plowing the fields. To be sure, babysitting falls outside a soldier's duty. A spoilt royal brat? Folks sure have lots of titles for this prince, none of them good. Sheesh, why doesn't he tell us how he really feels? My sentiments exactly. Hello, Minister. Welcome to the court of King Howell. I can see that you have traveled far to be here. Please, make yourselves at home. Well, thank you, sir. I'm not used to getting this kind of treatment from the get-go. Maybe they don't see our sort very often round these parts. maybe not. Hey, weren't we here because the king wanted help with something? My dear little Howie was always a sensitive child. The rough and tumble so beloved of less refined boys was never his cup of tea. Howie's naturally delicate disposition means he has an extreme aversion to venturing into overly dangerous situations. I just wish everyone would please stop calling him Howard the Coward. Well, she is his mother after all. What else would she say? It's hard to credit now, but when old Amos was a nipper, folks used to call me a coward. That's why I rolled my sleeves up and trained myself in the arts of scrappin' and adventurin' and so on. Beg your pardon, old Amos got a bit carried away down memory lane. Don't mind me. Huh, if she says so. I don't really know the fella. Hello, your majesty. So, how do you like this fine kingdom of mine? Not too shabby, eh? King Howell's the name. Ruling's the game. Now you look like you'd be up for some excitement. What do you say? Want to help me out with a slightly delicate situation? Well, certainly. Good to hear. I knew you'd be up for it. Now this little task I have for you concerns my lad, Howie. The boy's just celebrated his 15th birthday. Insisted everyone paraded around in fancy dress. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Tradition dictates that when the Prince of Howcastle turns 15, he must head south to a cave called Hallowed Hollow. There, he'll undergo the royal rite of purification. I did it back in my day, as did my father and his father before him. You get the general idea. Now, I'll keep my voice down so as not to upset the boy's mother. Howie is, I'm afraid, a chicken, a scaredy cat, and a big girl's blouse. I've packed him off to the cave with a coterie of guards on several occasions, but they've always returned in disarray. But you look to me like you've been through a fair few scraps and skirmishes in your time. I like the cut of your collective jib. I want to ask you to take my Howie to Hallowed Hollow and ensure he undergoes the rite of purification. What say you? Are you going to help me out? Well, sure, King Howell. Of course you're going to help me out. I could see the glint in your eyes. Chancellor, get Howie, now. Yes, your majesty. Now there's nothing I like more than to hear about adventures, excitement, and daring-do. Won't you indulge me and tell me a little about your quest? Absolutely, King. So you're on a journey of self-discovery, traveling to every corner of the world to smite monsters. Ah, it takes me back to my wild youth. I don't know what finding your true self means, but I wish you luck in your quest all the same. Your Majesty, it pains me to report that once again... Wait, let me guess. My son and heir has done a runner. Yes, Your Majesty. Prince Howard has, as you put it, done a runner. Everyone is searching for him, I can assure you. He'll be the death of me, that son of mine. Knowing my boy, he won't have strayed far. You can bet your last gold coin he's hidden himself somewhere in the castle. You couldn't go and join in Howie's little game of hide-and-seek, could you? If you find him, grab him by the scruff of the neck and bring him here. I'm counting on you. I heard the Chancellor use the words, once again. It sounds like Prince Howard might pull this disappearing act on a regular basis. Well, no turning back now. Let's go find us a prince. Great. So first we gotta find the royal brat, aye? Ah well, it'll give us a chance to learn our way around the castle, I reckon. There's never a dull moment in the castle with Prince Howard about, though he can be a little trying. Sounds like the prince goes missing quite a bit. What have we gotten ourselves into? Hardy har! Even the prince's own chancellor has had enough of him. There are those who grumble about my dear little Howie, but if only they knew his true nature. He has a good heart and will make a fine king, and I won't hear a word of disagreement. A problem child growing up to become a great man? I guess crazier things have happened. Maybe someday, but right now he's got a lot to learn, aye? A fine king? Right now, I'd settle for a fair to average prince. Well, he's good at hide and seek. Now where could he be? Crikey, I don't see him anywhere. This reminds me of playing hide and seek as a nipper. Isn't there someone he plays hide and seek with? Oi, Prince Howard, are you in there? Seems he's not hiding in this pot. Just as well, really. Wow, does this mean we should be checking every pot too? Ah, perhaps. Crikey, the prince can actually fit in there. Why not cook his favorite dinner? He'll soon come running. Maybe instead of all hunting for him, we could just leave him where he is. Oh, seems I have an audience. Well, I don't care who his daddy is, that lad needs to be taught a lesson. I can imagine why she doesn't want him found. Feeding that prince was probably a full-time job. Let's look elsewhere. Folks aren't shy about sharing their opinions of the guy, aye? Where's young Howard got to this time? Hide-and-seek's pretty much become the official favorite pastime in Howcastle. At least we know that guy will spot the prince if he runs through here. Huh, I loved playing hide-and-seek when I was 5. Hide-and-seek is no activity for a military man. Prince Howard must be in the castle. If he'd slipped out, we'd have spotted him. Right, back inside then. Well, it's good to know the prince hasn't slipped out. Guess his old man knew what he was talking about after all. Well, that settles that, aye. Let's head back inside. Yes, back inside. How about out here, though? Is it just me who thinks everyone's being a tad bit harsh on Prince Howard? I wouldn't much like having to venture into a dank cave filled with monsters, either. I'll bet that's the reason he's hiding from us in the first place. Oh, that's the cave where they do that royal rite and everything like that, aye? Well, Prince Howard isn't just anyone. He's got certain princely duties to fulfill. Hello, sir. Sleeping on the job, eh? I wouldn't hide down here if I were the prince. He'd be a sitting duck. There's nowhere underground that you could really hide yourself, except for here. He's out like a light. That ain't helpful. How about out here, eh? Nope, not here. How about his room? Hello, kid. Where's Prince Howard gone? I want to play. Our favorite game's hide and seek. Just the other day, I hid inside a barrel. Prince Howard seemed really impressed by my ingenuity. Hid in a barrel, huh? Hide and seek, eh? This castle has too many places to hide. If Prince Howard is that good at hide and seek, this could be a long day. Hiding in a barrel? This lad's a clever one, I tell you. Yes, hiding in a barrel. There was a room with a bunch of barrels on the main floor. But let's see what others in the castle have to say first. You haven't spotted a prince concealing himself behind items of furniture in the vicinity, have you? Afraid not. Prince Howard tends to make himself scarce when it's time for his weekly weapon training session. I guess we're not the only ones the prince is ducking out on. Well, asking him turned out to be a waste of time. Hardy-har, we'd better find the prince before this fella. Connoisseur of concealment, expert of evasion, doyen of deception, the wily Prince of Howcastle. Ellipses. Now we're getting a little closer to the truth. This is poetry that comes from the heart. I reckon he ain't back there. That fancy fella would tell us if he was. We've got no time for rhyme. I'd rather hear a poem about where the prince likes to hide. What are we to do with that Prince Howard? He's gone missing yet again. Seems he's petrified to go into that cave. Anyhow, I'm sure he's knocking about here somewhere. If he's really so petrified of that cave, we've got our work cut out for us. I reckon she's used to this sort of thing by now, eh? Ugh, where is he? The king told us his son's hidden somewhere inside the castle, didn't he? Aye, we should leave no stone unturned. What a castle! At least it's not Arcbolt. I signed up to be a soldier, not to chase after royal brats. Well, he's not in here, that's for sure. Not many places to hide around here, I suppose. I doubt he'd hide in a room guarded by soldiers who can't stand him. He couldn't be in here. But there was that hint about barrels. There are a whole lot of barrels in here. Do you mind? There's someone trying to hide in here, you know. Cripes! Why does someone always have to find me? What are you doing looking for me anyway? You gave me quite a shock. Well, I can't put it off any longer. I'm sure my dear father wants words with me. I ask you, who would be a prince? Why wasn't I born a farmer or a cow? You wouldn't find old Amos clambering into pots and barrels, I tell you. Whoa, like hunting fish in a barrel, eh? He fit inside that barrel. He's not exactly a small child either. Old Amos could do with 40 winks, I tell you. Time to check on our mate, the king. Ready to head back to the throne room, Heorot? So, back to the throne room. Prince Howard's up there if you're still looking for him. Ah, good. Seems Prince Howard's finally accepted his fate. We shall see, Amos. Let's go up, Heorot. Oh, please be true. Honestly, the things I have to put up with. Charming, isn't he? Well, we can't say that no one warned us. The prince seems like a bad egg and no mistake. Let's have a chat with the prince later, all right? Hello, King. Greetings once again, Heorot. Hope that little game of Hunt the Prince didn't wear you out. Now I've told his mother that he was busy in the garden. There's no need for her to know that he was scraping the bottom of a barrel. Your mother's got high hopes for you, Howie. Don't you go letting her down, you hear? Now, my lad, I think you know what's coming. If you're to succeed me as King of Howcastle, you must undergo the royal rite of purification. Now, I don't want to hear any ifs or buts. You're going, and there's no two ways about it. As you know, it's a perilous journey, but this time I've found you some battle-hardened companions. They're going to be with you every step of the way, so you have nothing to fear. Go, my boy, the time is now. I know you're going to make your parents proud. Yes, father, I won't let you down. Come on, Heorot was it? You're going to look out for me, right? Let's hit the road then, Heorot. Royal rite of purification, here we come. And let's hope you don't have Prince Charmless's lip. We wish you luck, Prince Howard. All hail Prince Howard. Take care now, Prince Howard. Do all you can to protect the Prince, Heorot. I can't wait for this royal rite of purification. But there's just one little thing I need to do before I leave. If you could just wait there, I promise I won't be a second. Really? We'll see about that. Uh-oh. You don't think? I'm hoping he hasn't scarpered. I have a bad feeling about this. Just where could he have gotten to? Where indeed? We'll just have to comb every inch of this place, I reckon. Does anyone else get the feeling that he's somewhere right under our noses? This is getting really, really old. Yep, time to get down to that cliff. Hello there. I won't do it. I won't go back to that dank cave. No prince should be forced to grub about underground. But if I don't undergo the rite, I won't be fit to follow in my father's footsteps. And those monsters, those monstrous monsters. You've rumbled me once again. Truly, I have no hope of evading you for long, Heorot. I can see you will shadow me until I have done my royal duty. Resistance is clearly futile. Very well, you win. I relent. I will join you once more. and Prince Howard joins the party. He is not, I repeat not, getting away from me this time. Time to head off, and about time, too. Keep an eye on him. He's one slippery prince. Yes, indeed. Just so you know, Heorot, I'm going to lay down some ground rules before we head off. I've never left the kingdom of Howcastle, and I have no intention of starting now. I'm happy to hang around with you as long as you're here, in Howsworth, or obviously, in the cave. But if you go wandering off anywhere else, I'm going to jump in that wagon of yours and stay put. Got it? As long as we've got that clear, I think we're ready to go. Come, Heorot, let's hit the road. Is that Prince Howard still tagging along? Oh, I'm here all right, against my better judgment. I feel like I can't really let my hair down with the prince around. And you think I can relax with you around? We'll never get this royal rite of purification over and done with unless we all pull together. All right, I'm pulling. I pray to the goddess that we may carry our collective burdens with grace and forbearance. Are you referring to me as a burden? Are you ready for the royal rite of purification, Prince Howard? Humph! Now there is this little shrine to the southwest here. Let's see if there's anything of interest. You know, I just have this feeling there's nothing to do here. Yet. What do you think's in there? There's something about a bright red door that says, "You're not coming in." Very interesting. And this place is a shrine southwest of Howcastle. Danger! Keep out! And we cannot get through the door yet. Alright. Nothing to do here just yet. But maybe later. Hello, Harmer and Scorching Man. The Scorching Man likes to go to sleep, does it? Nighty-night, enemies. So we'll rest in Howsworth before heading to the royal rite of purification. Hello, ma'am. Yes, we'll be staying. Thank you, ma'am. And in the next episode, we'll head off to the Hallowed Hollow for Prince Howard's rite. This is Heorot. I'd like to thank you for watching, and I will see you again next time.